Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss Lesson 11, Collaborative Learning, that is supposed to be discussed last Saturday. So, at the end of the lesson, we should be able to identify collaborative learning strategies, determine when to use collaborative learning strategies, and apply collaborative learning strategies in lesson planning. Introduction. We have discussed that the K-12 curriculum puts a premium on the learner's performance of the required competences, English being a subject that is grounded on communication. Being be able to effectively communicate and collaborate with others is its main goal in every linguistic encounter. K-12 curriculum aims to develop the skills of each learner, especially in terms of communication. We use English as a medium of instruction. Based on the pictures on the screen, we can see children working together, gathering information, sharing their own ideas, and learning new concepts. So now, we will proceed into the discussion. What is collaborative learning? Collaborative learning is an approach to education that engages groups to enhance the learning experience through groups of two or more learners. The group is tasked to work together to solve problems, complete tasks, and learn new concepts. The approach actively engages the learners to process and synthesize the lesson's concept and information. This is far from the simple memorization of facts and figures, and give the learners the opportunity to work with others in arriving at a new learning. Collaborative and cooperative learning are sometimes used interchangeably. Cooperative learning is a special kind of collaborative learning. In cooperative learning, learners work in group on a structured activity. In such structure, learners are assigned individuals' roles to perform. These roles are commonly interrelated in order for them to achieve their goal. The success of the individual member of the group becomes the success of the entire group. For example, in group activity composed of four members, the two members will be assigned to answer the question. One of the members is good at writing, so she or he is assigned to write their answer in Manila paper. The other one is good at explanation, so he or she is assigned to elaborate their answer. Based on the example, students have different roles but have one goal. In collaborative learning, individual participants are also responsible for the team and its success. However, the roles, resources, and organization are left up to the participants themselves. This leads the group to be more self-directed. So, in collaborative learning, students are working together to achieve one goal.
Some of the benefits of using collaborative learning in the classroom. The first one is turning learning into an active process. As learners engage with their peers in the collaborative learning scenario, they must organize their thoughts, present them in a cohesive argument, demonstrate their point, defendant point to their peers, and convince others that their argument is correct. This gives them the perfect opportunity for communication and argumentation. Here, this can be done by providing opportunities to your learners and to explore and discover on their own. For example, you, as a teacher, ask your learners a question that is connected to your lesson or activity. Let them, your learners, share their ideas or answer in the front of the class. Another way is through hands-on hands activities, where students have the opportunity to physically engage with the material and manipulate objects to reinforce their learning. Next is promotion of learning from others' perspectives. Aside from being able to communicate their ideas to others, collaborative learning also provides the venue for the learners to listen to ideas of others, especially from those of different backgrounds and varied viewpoints. In here, by having learners work in groups where they can share their ideas and work together to solve problems and complete tasks. Also, teachers can promote learning from other perspectives by teaching empathy and respecting differences and encouraging students to engage in discussion and debates. This can help to create an environment where students feel safe to explore and share their ideas and perspectives. Taking criticism and advice. As learners listen to others' perspectives, they will be encountering criticisms and arguments. Such practice will help the learners improve their own craft while learning how to adjust their own performance to become better. So taking criticisms and advice is an important skill for both personal and professional growth, and involves being able to listen and learn from feedbacks and suggestions from others, using that information to improve, express appreciation. It is important to express gratitude for the feedback. View feedback as an opportunity for growth. Teaching critical thinking, especially when the activities are done within the confines of the classroom and the length of a single period, learners are encouraged to quickly change, quickly synthesize their responses, and complete their tasks. Using real world examples and problems. Also, teachers can present learners with real world that can help them practice critical thinking in a meaningful text. This can be involved breaking down complex topics into smaller parts by analyzing data, drawing conclusions, and presenting arguments. Teaching critical thinking is an essential part of a good education and can help students to develop important skills for lifelong learning. Developing public speaking and active listening skills. In a collaborative activity, learners learn to develop active public speaking skills. The increase in social ease helps them take and share their ideas easily and more comfortably to the group. This participate in class discussion is a great way to practice public speaking and active listening skills in a low-risking setting. This also this also can help learners to build confidence and become more comfortable within public speaking. Another way is join debate, team, or public speaking club. Those groups can provide a valuable opportunity for learners to practice and develop their public speaking skills.
In using the collaborative learning strategies in class, there are some things that could be considered. Introduce the use of group work to the learners at the beginning of the year. This enables the learners to set their expectation in the activities the teachers will be using throughout the year. So, group work can be an effective method to motivate students, encourage active learners, and develop key critical thinking, communication, and decision. So the next is the teacher should also set ground rules for participation and contribution from the learners during session. So for this session, developing ground rules set an important foundation for how the teams is expected to work together in order to accomplish its goal and serve as a reminder of the value the team intend to unhold. So the teacher should plan for each stage of the collaborative work. So for this collaborative work, discussions are focused on explanation, medium of the delivery, resources, and anticipating misconception. Depending of the frequency of the meetings, the focus of any collaborative lesson planning session will be to plan and discuss in depth the next sequence of the lesson. We either that for the weeks, units, or semester ahead. And for the last, the teacher should carefully present how the groups will be operate and the grading system. So for the grading system, ensure consistency and fairness in the assessment of the learning and in the assignment of the score and proficiency level against the same learning standard across student teacher assessment, learning experience, content, area, and time.
The four examples of collaborative learning. 1. Think, pair, and share. 2. Debate. 3. Group problem solving. 4. Project-based activities. Think, pair, and share is a collaborative teaching strategy first proposed by Frank Linman of the University of Maryland in 1981. It can be used to help students form individual idea, discuss and share with others in group. It can be used before reading or teaching a concept and works better with smaller group. Think, pair, and share. The teacher poses questions that require analysis, evaluation, and synthesis to the learners. The teacher then given the learners few minutes to think about the questions and prepare an appropriate response. The learners then turn to their groups or partners and share their responses to the teacher. Could take further by asking the learners to choose their collective response. Learners then present their answer in a larger group or to the entire class. 2. Debate. A debate is a discussion or constructed contest about an issue or a resolution. A formal debate involves two sides, one supporting a resolution and one opposite it. Such a debate is bound by rules previously agreed upon. Debates may be judged in order to declare a winning side. Example of debate. The learners are set in groups of 3. Teacher are process a proposition to the class. The teacher assign rules to the learners. One could take a affirmative side of the proposition. Another takes the negative side. The last one could weigh the merits of the arguments and provide a choice. Teacher then debrief and summarize the class's decision. Classroom debates help students learn through friendly competition, examine controversial topics, and strengthen skill in the areas of leadership, interpersonal influence, team building, group problem solving, and oral presentation. 3. Group problem solving. Group problem solving is the process of bringing together stakeholders who through their analytical decision-making ability can influence the outcome of the problem. The use of groups in a problem solving is encouraged as a group tend to evaluate diverse solutions and action plan. Example of group problem solving. Present the learners with a problem. It could be better if they are presented with a problem that is close to a real world one that is similar to their experience. The teacher may provide some guidance on how to solve the problem, like some construct to follow. However, keep in mind that is must be student-centered activity and that the group must come up with the solution on their own. Reach a final solution with the class by helping the class discuss the pros and cons of each of the group solution.
Project-based activities means students are given a hands-on project to do in class. The teacher might introduce it or let the class decide based on what they are learning. Students work in small groups and the teacher gives them a schedule to follow. When the projects are done, groups share and talk about what they learned, making it a teamwork, focus, and practical way of learning. Learners are presented with a project that they are going to complete. One way to do this is to introduce the class to a project at the beginning of the lesson or have the class think of a project that they would want to complete based on the lesson or unit. Project-based activities involve providing learners with a significant project to complete, a process typically initiated either at the outset of a lesson or unit. One approach is for the teacher to introduce a predetermined project to the class. Alternatively, the class can collaboratively decide on a project aligned with the lesson's theme or objectives. These methods encourage students' engagement, autonomy, and a practical application of knowledge as they embark on completing the assigned project. The class is divided into groups of 4 or 5 to work on their projects. The teacher must provide the learners with a timeline for the completion of the project, indicating the milestones the group must reach for every step in the project. So after introducing the project, the class is split into smaller groups or 4 or 5 students. The, the teacher gives each group a clear timeline like a schedule with specific goals for each part of the project. This helps the students stay organized, manage their time well, and ensures everyone is on the same page. The teacher's guidance ensures that the project moves forward smoothly and that everyone is working towards the same learning goals. Have the group share their completed project and their experiences in the completion of the project. The teacher should help process these experiences with the rest of the class. So once the group have finished their projects, they share their completed work and talk about their experience in doing the project. The teacher then plays a role in guiding a discussion about these experiences with the entire class. This sharing and processing step helps everyone learn from each other, understand different approaches, and reflect on the overall learning gained from the project. So that's all po. Thank you for listening.